composer you been bugging?
Ready for tonight. Should touch it up. That should be an obvious one, ladies and gentlemen. First game against the Sharks. Raider Nation is in the building. It is Tuesday, January 13th. I'm nervous. I'm already crapping. Let's see. Excuse my French. I don't know. I think we're all right. I just had everything fall on me. Live. Indirect. Raider A. That's what it looks like. Hopefully. Yeah, I just destroyed half my set. But we're good. I need to make sure everything is good. Because you know, Turk is always struggle streaming. Shout out to the leader, Turk. Looks like everything is going. I don't know. You guys tell me. Let me look and see if we have anyone on Instagram just yet. But yeah, if you out there, give a quick shout out. Say what's cracking. Dang. Let me see. All right, this one is working. So, yeah, it looks like we're live. I just need to make sure. I know it's a little dark. I don't have my light on. I should have turned it on. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Hopefully it sounds good. Obviously, I can't hear myself if you will. So we're going to get this show started. I think my music is really too loud. Yeah, it was way too loud. Way too loud. So let's jump right on in. Playoff weekend in the NFL. Wild card football is officially here. January legends are being made. And the Las Vegas Raiders are sitting at home. Yeah, let's just say it out loud and get it off our chest. We ain't playing this weekend. But make no mistake, Raider business is loud. Loud and proud. Absolutely, it's loud. We got the number one pick, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I'm getting ahead of myself. You know, when your season ends early, the league don't stop moving. And hey, truth be told, neither can the Raiders, right? We got a lot going on, man. So let's start with what we watched this weekend, right? Wild card weekend reminded everybody what playoff football really looks like. One mistake and the season is. We saw teams come in confident and leave humble. We saw young quarterbacks step up. We saw defensive swing games with one play. Texans win. That wasn't luck. That was preparation meets opportunity. And watch watching all of that as Raiders fans, it hits different. Because while these teams are fighting to survive another week, we are fighting for clarity. Let's bring it home, man, because Raider Nation's eyes aren't on the scoreboard anymore. They are in the front office. Peter Carroll is gone. Chapter closed fast, and honestly, it had to, right? It absolutely had to. Let me make sure I got my beautiful TikTok people on. Uh-oh, is TikTok not going? Oh no. I gotta have TikTok going. Let me see here. Hold on. TikTok is messing with my monologue. There we go. Yeah, I thought I had TikTok going. Yeah, shout out. Yeah, there we go. Yep, TikTok and oh wait, TikTok is showing all my settings. TikTok is not showing. Hold on, what is TikTok doing? What is TikTok doing? I might have to restart TikTok, yo. Let me see. Okay. There we go. Now we cooking with peanut. Okay. Now TikTok is there. I think we finally got some visitors in the building. Let me see if I can figure that out real quick. I think we got some visitors in the building, so it's no time like the present. Jump right on in, man. Appreciate you, my dude. As always, I hope you enjoy the show. Let me see who else we had come in here. We got Stephen A. that came in here. And Justin Graham. Salute. Appreciate y'all for coming through. And yes, hope you enjoy the show. Yeah, and that's Gun Smoke right there. So we Gucci. We are Gucci. Back at it. This wasn't about disrespecting the resume, guys. This was about age. It was about fit, about identity, about a vision that never really lined up with what was happening on Sundays. When a head coach gets fired this quickly, it's the organization saying, look, we know this really isn't working. We are not going to drag this out. So that matters because now we are officially in reset mode. Coaches are being interviewed. Names floating around, offensive minds, defensive leaders, program builders, player developers. The Raiders aren't just hiring a coach, they're choosing a direction. Whoever walks through that door, they better understand one thing, that they're tied to the number one pick of the draft. First overall. No lottery, no what ifs. To the next head coach, front office, it's power, it's leverage. And we all know it's already connected to one name that Raider Nation keeps saying out loud. Yeah. Now let's talk real football for a second. I'm gonna give y'all this, right? Mendoza isn't hype. He's production, he's poise, he's decision making, right? He's that kind of quarterback that doesn't panic. And when things break down, things break down. The stock is high, right? big games, big moments, calm under pressure. He looks like a dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, is he perfect? No. But neither is this roster. And that's why the decision matters so much. Because drafting the quarterback first overall isn't just about talent. It's about alignment, coaching scheme, protection, patience, right? The Raiders can't afford to take a quarterback and then set him up to fail. This can't be another Jamarcus situation. You know what I'm saying? We just can't have it. So that's why the coaching search and the draft pick are tied at the hip. You don't make one move without the other one in mind. Now let's talk off season because free agency is coming fast. This roster is getting evaluated snap by snap. Some guys played their way into the future. Some played their way out of the building. That's just reality. The Raiders need help in the trenches. We need playmakers that can separate wide receivers, right? We need defenders who just don't hit, they finish. That can be in every aspect of football. Tackling, running through, running to the ball, etc., right? And free agency is where you plug holes. So your rookie quarterback isn't carrying the weight of the franchise himself, assuming that's the route we go. This isn't about splash signings, it's about smart signings. Because we tried the other way and it did not work. So while wild card teams are worried about next week, the Raiders, unfortunately, we got to be worried about the next decade. We are at rock bottom, ladies and gentlemen. We are at rock bottom. Right? So we need somebody to come through. We need somebody that's going to come in and yeah, definitely have the Raiders in mind. Who the heck is Elite Goal Eggs? Am I going to have to kick you out, man? Why are you spamming 067? Jesus Christ. Kids these days. All right. Let me see. I think it's time to do that. All right, so back to business. So tonight, our playoffs rage on without us. We, ladies and gentlemen, are going to talk about what matters to the Raiders. That's who's coaching this team, who's leading this team, who's throwing the ball next season, and last but not least, this number one pick finally becomes the turning point, or is it another what could have been? I don't know. We got to get into it, right? We got to get into it. There's a lot of things to discuss. Let me make sure I'm paying attention. All right. Appreciate you, Steve. Hopefully everything sounds right. I still haven't had anybody chime in. Let me see if this works. It does. I'm just checking. So, as y'all know, a lot of competition. So, yeah, it doesn't shock me that we don't have quite a bit on right now, but they will catch up, right? Not worried about it. They will catch up. I think I got everything else over. Let me just check one more I want to check just to see if it actually pops up. Yes, it does. Yes, we got kicking. So first things first. Let's talk about this number one pick. I know people don't want to hear this. They definitely don't want to hear this from me. But I'm going to be honest. I do not want the amount of reasons are insurmountable. I mean, we kind of have 40 more minutes. I guess I could use all 40 on every reason as to why I think this would be a horrible pick for us. I don't think it would make any sense at all. And we're just going to have to see how that works out, because I don't think we have any options here. I believe that they absolutely will select Fernando Mendoza, and it is going to set us back yet again. And what's going to be the most important thing is the offseason and what we do with free agency. Now, let me explain to you why why I don't think he's a fit for a lot of reasons. Hold on, hold on. One sec. I gotta get this guy out of here. I gotta get that guy out of here. Okay. So, made me lose my train of thought here. We're talking about Mr. Mendoza, why he's not a good fit. For one, we have absolutely nothing. Others are bare, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute bare. I don't know what to tell you. We need guards. We need tackles. We need a number 1 wide receiver. We're going to probably need a number 2 wide receiver. Probably a number 3 wide receiver. I think we'll be okay at tight end. We'll probably need another running back. Yeah, I do not believe Mr. Ashton Janty will hold it down for a whole season, carrying most of the weight. That's a lot to ask for a person of his stature, if you will. And I just don't see it happening. So, and ladies and gentlemen, that's just on the offensive side of the ball. I think I just rambled off pretty much every position that we need, and that's pretty much every position on the offensive side of the ball, including that quarterback. So, and by the way, shout out to Josh Rice, DL. Rice Jr. from the Oakland Raiders in 1979. I was only 4 years old, Josh. I was 4 years old in 1979. And it's so funny you say that. Tomorrow, we could be one. Appreciate you coming through, Josh Rice. Hope you enjoyed the show. You played in the NFL. You're a Los Angeles Raiders. OWE. Okay. So we got Joshua. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoyed the show. Mendoza has busy written all over him. I trade out and stockpile for next year. Busy equals bust, ladies and gentlemen. You are my. Same thing. Exact same thing. And I mean, see, this guy, you're saying too many logical things here, Joshua. I build at least some kind of functional line this year. Go for Arch next year, even if you got to pull in Atlanta with how they got Julio. Trade your whole draft. It's so funny you say that. Shout out to my nephew right now. Yeah, he's young first everything, if you will. I don't know any other way to explain it. He wants everything young. And the bottom line is, when it comes to this quarterback position, taking him there, I mean, do you really trust our front office, our coaching staff, our GM, the one we don't even have yet? Do you really trust them to make the right decisions in free agency? That's the real true question to be answered, because I want to know who made the choices last offseason, because Spytek was the GM at that time. We have a lot of cash, and even more now because we had a lot back then, and it still didn't happen. Am I missing something in terms of building out, right, an offensive line from the inside out and getting this quarterback or a quarterback, right, some protection? At that time, Geno, right, AOC, they decided not to do that. They went and got Kappa. They got Alex Kappa. Yeah, that'll be good enough. I mean, they didn't draft much in terms of substance. I mean, they might have got lucky with Mr. I'll give them that. Late in the season, started to look like he might turn into something. But do we really think that they have the ability to pull this off? Because if they make the mistake there and use the number 1 pick and do not trade Max, y'all not gonna like me today. Yep. Yeah, that's something we got to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. My Raiders win. Shout out to Dusty. Real quick. 2803. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Yeah, my Raiders. Let's see if I keep it in focus for you. Yeah. Yep, that's my Raiders win. I got lucky, believe it or not. I got this in Round Rock, Texas. Yeah. Yep. Man, Joshua. You just sneaking around what I like. Brian Flores is definitely what I would think a very real possibility, and we'll get into that. Hold on. Stepping a little bit too far into the show. But I don't trust the front office. They didn't do it last season. They didn't do anything last season, really. Like I said, Alex Kappa can't account for anything. No one can say that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And I just have to think that has to be addressed first and foremost. So I'd love if Spytek would say where the thought process was behind that, right? This is something that I guess maybe they haven't. I'm just late to the party, right? I mean, I can't watch everybody's podcast shows, etc. And that's one of the things I'd be questioning right now is the fact that what happened in free agency last year. That was absolutely a complete mix-up, and there's no way we can get away with that in the future. And I'm talking the near future, meaning right now, immediately, effectively, because this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing again, right? When's the last time we had the number 1 draft? We don't want to revisit that for a lot of reasons. There's no reason to revisit that at all. Man, my guy 805. What up, sir? We getting this draft reaction live in Pitt. Gotta make it happen. 805. I will absolutely be in Pitt. And as I was telling the Raiders syndicate, it's not going to be, because I've already come to the reality of drafting this kid. I call him the kid. Oh boy, yeah, I already know we're going to draft this kid. And it's gonna hurt my heart because I just don't think it's gonna make sense. I just don't think it's gonna make sense. But I mean, we're gonna have to roll with it, right? But the reason why 805 and the Raiders Syndicate and anyone else, they are going to be very fortunate to get my reaction. Number 2 pick, because I just have a strong feeling it's probably going to be just as bad, if not as bad as last year. Can anyone remember last year's number 2 pick? Yeah, it just so happened to be a position that we still need. It didn't go well. I don't see how it turns around. Maybe this is where I'm wrong. Right, giving up on the rookies too early. Call it what you want to call it, but I am not sold on Jack Bash. Never sold on Jack Bash. I didn't know who Jack Bash was when he got drafted. The honest truth. And again, I always preface these things, right? I am talking about the player, not the person, not the guy, right? Not what he did at TCU, etc. Because clearly he was a baller there. All these guys in the NFL, all of them were ballers in college. Anybody in the NFL was their guy in college. You hear what I'm saying? Everybody in the NFL was the guy. Straight up. So that's just, straight off the jump, man. We got John. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. What's your opinion on the front line? I think our front line was the worst front line in all of football, if not, second to last to the Cleveland Browns. Shout out to Cheeto Linus showed us that we absolutely had the worst line with 2 of the worst players graded at the bottom of the list for the season. So it's another reason why I'm upset with the front office and Spytech and where was our head at in the offseason when it came to the front line, the offensive line. It was atrocious. I mean, and this is where, again, now are we blaming Peter? We have to. And I think it's all starting to come out, right? Because Mr. Peter decided to play with that little old pesky thing called nepotism and hire his good old, son, 1 of 2, I think he hired, to be the offensive line coach. And go figure. That's what we drafted in a long time at the offensive line position. Jackson Powers. We literally are graded the worst on the planet. They put a guard that's never played center a day in his life. No college, not even high school. To say this was just atrocity, that in itself is why Peter should have been fired. Peter should have been fired for the nepotism in itself. And I'll never forgive Peter for that, because we knew by week 5, week 6 that I I don't blame Chip. I don't blame Chip Kelly. I really don't. I don't blame Chip Kelly for, having that attitude. And, hey, you force me with this guard and center situation. You're forcing me with your son and being on this offensive line coaching staff. And I digress. I'm going in the wrong direction. We don't want to talk about the past and the people behind. We want to talk about who's coming forward. So, as John Barber coach, well, since y'all are into it and we're talking about it, yeah, let's see. Who does Turf want, right, to be our coach? I mean, I'm going to be honest, and some people may love it and some people may hate it, right? But due to new news today, Mike Tomlin stepping down as the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach. I would pick Mike Tomlin. I am not going to do anything crazy, such as give in or give up any kind of, player or, say so, if you will, in terms of the front office is concerned. You got to give him some of his guys in terms of coaching staff, if not all. One of the lamest coaches of all time. He's never had a losing season, ever. And I mean, I don't see, this is the one thing I don't know if people understand. This is not going to happen overnight. This is a multi-year process. We are that far down in the hole. This is a multi-year process. At best, we will be lucky. To regularly sniff the playoffs in year 3. That might be a regular situation, but we're going to have to hit on everything. We're going to have to hit on everything. Coaching, off-season, free agency, the number one. That is impossible, right, to just overlook. I will just tell you straight up. I've been telling you this isn't going to be popular, but I am all about trading down. I don't want the number one pick as far as drafting Fernando Mendoza. I just don't think it makes sense. I don't think it makes sense at all. Shout out to Eddie. In the building. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Why go for an unproven rookie quarterback who will be running for his life? Get more starts with the trade. I absolutely agree. 100%, Eddie. I would love to do nothing more than just that. Without a doubt, I want this to trade this like never before. I mean, I just couldn't. You guys have no idea how much. If we actually trade this pick, ladies and gentlemen, you want to talk about Turf being one of the happiest people and starting out my 2026 right? That would be exactly what would have to happen. Mind you, Shout out to them Bobcats. Montana State University. FCS National Champions. My alma mater. Yeah. My alma mater. So, in saying that, something interesting came about. Something very interesting came out, and I honestly don't know. I don't know the rules, right? Let me see if I can share this. Yeah, let me see. Oh no, that's gonna be a video. I don't want a video. Get back here. Let me see if I can share this. Yes, I think I can. Here we go. So, let me get to my sharing tab. So for all of y'all that's been watching, Turf is an ex-Bobcat. That's my alma mater. It's where I played ball at. It's where I graduated. Well, unless you've been living under a rock, Montana State University just won the FCS a week ago, January 6th or 5th. No, 6th. It was 6th. No, 5th. Monday night, 2025. Right? And special team to say the least. But as you're looking at my screen, this young man, defensive back, Carson Williams, out of Houston. My guy, I appreciate you. This is my hookup. He was always getting me tickets to the games for these last few years, along with obviously my guy Perk. But what I find interesting is this young man just signed to the University of Indiana. He actually started classes January 11th, 2026. I do believe that FBS championship game is next week, I think. Is this brother gonna play? And even if he doesn't, he's clearly part of the team. He's probably the first and more than likely going to be the last person to be able to win an FCS and an FBS national championship all in the same year, in the same season. To say that college we got problems, ladies and gentlemen. We definitely got problems in the college world, but I find that to be very interesting. We'll have to see how that works out. And I'll obviously keep y'all posted. You know, we do the Ultimate Raider Fan every Tuesday, 8 o'clock sharp. I try to be sharp. And then again, don't forget, shameless plug. You see it on the bottom of the screen, the knockout canvas. Central Standard Time with the one and only Coach Angelo Reyes Boxing at Reyes Boxing on Instagram, all combat sports, but obviously we have a very big emphasis on boxing. You know, it's kind of what we love. It's my first love. And then don't forget Thursday, man. My better half, Turkey Spence on Dead in the Water. Again, I have to have I guess what you might consider a come to Jesus talk with Spence on this name. New year, new season. I don't think the Patriots are dead in the water anymore, so I don't know if that name makes sense anymore. We're going to have to see. We are going to have to see. But, yeah. And I apologize for the lighting. Yeah, I honestly just forgot to turn it on. It's right there. It's just too far. I got to do too much. It's right there, though. Yeah. We'll have it on next time. Next time. I think you can see just fine anyway. So, but yeah. Anywho, we're back to it. We got that's going to come to us. They know they're going to retire. That ain't cool, man. And you know what? It's our own fault. And I know exactly what you mean. They come to us. They get the bag. Because they know this is the most dysfunctional, place that people come to die. Their careers come to die. It's just facts. You know what I mean? There's no easy way to say that. You can't really sugarcoat it. You can try if you like, but it's irrelevant. You know what I mean? It's totally irrelevant. That's just what it is. Yeah, that's just totally what it is. We can't. That's why I'm nervous about getting a coach who really wants to come to deal with the dysfunction, right? Who really wants to do it? Eddie needs are greater. O-line and defense has holes, so load up, especially if Max goes. Yeah, so I do have the coaches up, but it's time to have that talk. I should have had a slide for this, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, but I think our best bet is to trade Max. We need to trade Max. Get a couple of first rounders. I think we can find a way to pull that off. 100% we can get some first rounders and probably even a second or possibly a third with 2 firsts, right? And let him go win some chips. You know what I mean? Let him go win some chips. And then like Mr. Parker just said, hating players come to retire. 8 good years, 9 good years now. We're wasting his years. Let's put Max on layaway. Y'all old boys remember that layaway, right? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put Max on layaway. We're gonna put him on another team for a few. We're gonna let him do his thing, right? And then we're gonna bring Max on. Get him paired up with some guys on that line, right? Get him some help with the rush, and we got everything lined up, right? Because we do got some decent pieces, right? We got. I'm in my Michael Myers dance. Yeah, we got Brock Bowers, right? You got Ashton Janty, you got Brock Bowers, and there's one other guy, right? There's got to be another guy. Who's that other guy? Max Crosby. But I mean, that's the thing. We can build off of that in terms of trade. You know what I mean? And really pick up a lot of pieces that's necessary. It's gonna be tough. Eddie Graham, because I don't know if we will be getting the better of that in terms of downhill production. Quarterbacks that run typically start to go downhill pretty quickly once the legs go. And unfortunately, I think the best of Lamar is behind him. Tough is about a lot of non-popular takes. And, just being honest and upfront. Nobody says I'm right. It's just my opinion, just Turf's little old opinion. Nobody's saying it's correct. But yeah, I don't want, if you're talking for the interim, if we're gonna, I don't know how that would even work because I think he's gonna need a bag. He may be on the tail end of that deal, and who knows what you're gonna get dealing with that next. So I'm not so eager, I guess is a good word to look into that scenario for us. Because again, he has no number one wide receiver. No number two, number three, right? You know what I'm saying? I think the only really receiver that we have on this squad is number one, man. That's it. And he's not a number one, and I'm not even going to say he's a number two either. Right? That's what we got, man. That's what we got. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see what we do with the options, the plethora. But I mean, I gotta bring it back because we're getting close to the end. Hold on. We are getting close to the end. I hope this round is right. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, okay. My bad. Let me put that up a little bit more. So hopefully you guys could hear me this whole time. Haven't been paying attention to my messages, trying to get through this. But where was I at? Yeah, back to which one do you want, right? And that question was asked earlier in terms of who I'd like as head coach. With the breaking news, my first choice, Mike Tomlin. Right? My second choice would be Jim Harbaugh, or my bad, John. I think it's John, right? Yeah, but I already know that's probably not going to work because I don't think he's going to deal with spy tech. He's already made it very apparent and known that he wants his own GM. So that's not going to fly. So on to the next. Flores. Brian Flores. I think he would be my third, man. He would be my third guy. As you can see on the screen, there's quite a few. Right, you got Salah, you got Nagy, right? You got the kid Kubiak, Clint, right? You got Jesse Minter. You got Kevin Stefanski. I would assume none of these guys are going to come to us for obvious reasons, but I've already said the first two that I go for. As far as this picture you see in front of you, who'll be the next man up out of these six gentlemen, more than likely it's going to be Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh is probably going to be the one that I look to out of this group. I can assure you right now, Kevin Stefanski is going to be an absolute blast. I don't know why we even interviewed him. And don't get me wrong, I do think he has a great offensive mind. Probably going to end up being a much better. He's probably going to end up being a much better offensive coordinator in the end than he will be head coach. That'll be up to him to try to decide for himself. Jesse Minter and Kubiak, I think, well, Kubiak's dad, I don't think his dad is going to allow him to shout out. Papa Kubiak. I mean, just think about it. At this point, it's almost career suicide coming to the Raiders. We haven't been able to prove we can do anything right in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what you do with that in any way, shape, or form. It will be interesting, right, to see how that goes. But yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me see. What? My bad, guys. I've been missing a few people on the other side. I didn't realize I didn't have y'all popped up. We got Eric Raider Hater. My dude, man, it's been a minute. I'm not bueno in the building. Man, my bad. I didn't have this up and running. I should have had this popped out. Then I could have had you I could put y'all up on the screen. My apologies. Yeah, I forgot I had both running. I'll make sure I tend to the horizontal view as well as I do the vertical view. But appreciate y'all for coming through as always, and hope you enjoyed the show. I knew it was something I forgot to do, and that was it. But fire, I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all for supporting as always. But yeah, I wouldn't want Nagy. I wouldn't want Kevin Stefanski. I don't think Kubiak is even an option. So it'd have to be Mentor. An offensive mind, which is going to be a positive. Even though I don't mind the defense. Right? I don't mind the defense. Again, sailors and my job actually. Tomlin. I'm pretty sure Tomlin is considered defense first, right? So, yeah, that's the route I'm going. First and foremost, bring some stability back. You know what I'm saying? Straight up bring some stability back to the building because we need it big time. We got big Spigs in the building. Winter Spy Tech 2026. I know. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. You know what I'm saying, pigs? I wouldn't mind that. I honestly wouldn't mind that at all. I could totally see Mentor and Spy Tech. I know that would probably make Rundown happy. Shout out to Rundown. Rundown wants somebody young. Rundown's always had an issue, right? With us, we call it the rundown rule, right? He sometimes likes to see us go away into the pastures, if you will. Oh, shout out to my nephew. But yeah, that would work. That would work, Pigs. Yeah. I feel like Mentor will be a good fit with us. Lots of things lining up for the partnership to happen. I'm not mad at that. See, the thing is, when it comes to these coaches, man, there are so many possibilities right now because there are so many job openings, right? And so many good coaching, teams that I'm... Guys, Harbaugh and freaking... that's wild. Nobody in their wildest dreams would have thought those guys would ever really get fired based on tenure, how they've handled themselves, the team, where they are today. I mean, I don't know if people realize half the league has not ever won a Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, what are we on? Like Super Bowl 50, what? Like, this is... It doesn't happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy for people to think that you can just go and win a Super Bowl and you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna go win a Super Bowl. It's so wild to me. I'm telling you right now. Yes, pigs. Coaching search for teams feel like musical chairs. I mean, think about it. What if Tomlin went to the Ravens and Harbaugh went to the Steelers? Or right? Or one of them went to the Cleveland Browns, right? Or it's just the whole division there. That's the whole AFC. What East? The AFC North? It's just in shambles, ladies and gentlemen. It's terrible in terms of coaching, right? It makes no sense, and it's insane. I don't know why there are so many good coaches out there in terms of the ones that they let go. There's no reason for those two guys to be cut. And I think players, everybody's already said their piece. But we're in a new world. We're in this must win now, whatever you want to call it. However you want to call it, situation. And it is what it is. Man, I wonder how this. Yeah, I wonder how. Hold on 1 second. Let me. Let's go that way. I want to do one other thing real quick here before we continue on. I just want to make sure that I got everything going. I don't know why. And why are they poor? I'm gonna have to figure these out. I'm gonna have to figure this out. I swear. YouTube just likes to give me back. Shout out to YouTube. I appreciate y'all. We won't be able to do this without you. But I would be rude if I didn't say shout out to Roger Lee in the building. Shout out to Rodney. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Cool Guy 6060 is in the building. We got Michael Collins. Got 5-2. Wes. Stacking Wes. We got Arnaldo Dominguez in the building. No, this is Patrick is in the building. Yamarcusio Israel. Yamarcus Israel. Yeah, I like that name. Yamarcus Israel. That's a tight name. I like that. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Aldolf Pacheco. And I think I already said Michael. So yeah, appreciate y'all for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Yeah. As I say, I digress. In terms of the coaching, I don't know why. It's very weird. It's very strange. But I mean, hey, we'll find out if they made the right decision. I'm pretty sure both of those teams, are gonna struggle. The only team, and that's the thing. Maybe Pittsburgh has an inside track, right? Maybe Pittsburgh already knows who they're going to get. It's very possible. I wouldn't put it past them. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them at all. And they knew they were going to get another young guy that they are going to stick with for the next 20 years. Right? That's what they do. So I don't know if people understand. In the 50 years of its existence, in terms of the Pittsburgh Steelers, they have had three coaches. The Raiders have damn near had three coaches in a year. Don't even get me started. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And then people are questioning if Tomlin, this is insane, man. Yeah, it was insane, absolutely insane. So it looks like we got a new guy up in the building. We got XT11 in the building. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Your guy's school is 2 and 11. Which school is that? Because that's my school right there. Shout out to the Montana State University. We national champs, baby. National champs. Don't have me pulling up my picture. Me holding the trophy. I got to hug the trophy. So yeah. But yeah, somebody said, pigs. Green is bringing Mentor in and then trading back in the draft. A couple of times picking up capital for next class and a few first round defenders. Downs, Styles, McDonald, aka the OSU defense. Hey, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. Yeah, I totally could see that being the case. For sure. That's not a bad plan. I mean, it makes too much logical sense. I'll tell you that. The Raiders don't do logical sense. So, and Pigs, I don't know about that. Shout out to Pete Terry's getting some free pub today. But yeah, I don't know about Mike McDaniels to the Steelers. As an offensive coordinator, yeah. As an offensive coordinator, for sure. But yeah, that's gonna be about it. My dog Eric is in the building. What's cracking, E? Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show, my dude. Yeah, I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. Hope all is well with you, man. I need to holler at you. See what you've been up to. But yeah, anywho, we back in it in terms of this whole coaching thing, right? We will be lucky. Honestly, with our luck, we'll get something like a Kevin Stefanski or Jeff Nagy. It's not going to be what we want. You know, I just have a feeling that people are going to have the ability to make smart decisions, and we just aren't that smart decision. And I don't know if people understand how bad of a non-smart decision we are in terms of front office. And see, that's where people get it mixed up. Because what I will tell you is in terms of the setup, by far, we are the most attractive team of all in terms of cap space. Pieces that you currently have. Clearly we need the most, but we have the most to work with in terms of resources and so forth. So I think it's a good even trade. The problem is dealing with the front office. Are you going to be good with Spytech? I'm not happy with his first draft. I think Janty could have been drafted in the second round. I mean, there are a lot of undrafted running backs, right? That's where we at with this. There's a whole lot of running. You know how many free agents got picked up? I think the running back for the Commanders, he was a free agent. There was a few that started this year for teams, free agents, in terms of running backs. If you saw Basil Tootin, shout out to Basil Tootin. He looked really good. Y'all already know who my A and B was. Omarion Hampton, who's obviously got a bad injury. Who knows if he ever even comes back from that, to be honest, the way it seems. But who probably is going to end up being the best running back of this draft, man, is Travion. We missed out on Judkins getting injured as well. So it's no telling how that's going to work. But, yeah. that's where we at with this stuff. And it is going to be a long, long, long off season. I am not looking forward to at all. I'm just gonna keep it a bean. I don't want this kid, man. I mean, I guess eventually I'm gonna have to really dive down deep into it. But pause. But so one of the number one things is, and I mean, I've said it out loud before, and I'm not saying it in a malicious way, and people can say what they like, but again, if you know me, I graduated in computer science. Any engineering, discipline, guess what class you're going to have to take? You are going to have to take statistics. That SEO class, statistics. My daughter is having a rough time with that class. Shout out to my girlie, my Taryn, my Foodaboo. We are, by the way, heading back to Minnesota. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't bring that up, man. Shout out to the Gopher girls. They beat Arkansas at home for the first meet at home of the season. We are 1-1. I don't know if people understand. Arkansas, they are something to mess with. I mean, I believe every single coach on that staff is a former Olympian. Not just one or two, like all. There are former Olympians on that team. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to them Gopher girlies. They showed up and showed out. I will be there for Michigan. Yes, I think the next meet at home, Saturday, 4 p.m., January 17th. Michigan. It's going to be a good battle, too. It'll be another good close one. This last one was close. So, the Ghost Regime 31. Salute to the nation. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. So, where was I at, man? I always get sidetracked, man. I forget what I was talking about. Yeah, over the weekend, obviously, I was saying I'm going to be back in Minnesota, but man, I lost my train of thought. See, that's what happens when you get old. Let me see, where was I with my notes anyways? Anywho. Yeah, I don't know. I'm at a loss for what's gonna happen as far as coaching staff. I'm just gonna wait and see. It's gonna be a long season, off season. I mean, I don't want the Cuban. Yeah, that's what it was. I don't want the Cuban. That class called statistics. See how I knew it circled back around, and it's not hate. It's not I'm no racist or anything along those lines. Guys, when's the last time a Cuban was a Super Bowl winning quarterback? When's the last time a Cuban was a winning quarterback in the NFL? When's the last time you even seen a Cuban as a quarterback? I'm tired of having to be the first. What if it doesn't work? You see what I'm saying? Why less? It's just too much. It's too much. We have been dealing with project after project after project. Tyree Wilson. Nobody wants to deal with this. Like, I really don't want this guy. I want somebody else to get him that's ready for him. I want Fernando Mendoza to go somewhere he's needed right away. Get him in there with a great coach. Right? I'd love to give this coach and their staff this first pick, and in return give us everything. And I'm happy. But I know it's not going to happen. We're going to draft him, and we're going to hopefully do the right thing in free agency and get a line around him, and not make the mistake of trying to draft all of it in the 2025-26 draft, right? And try to raise to the occasion and start getting some wins under our belt and turning this thing around. It's going to take time. It is going to take a lot of time. Like I say, 3-4 years, we'll be lucky. We'll be lucky 3-4 years if we're sniffing the playoffs on a regular basis. That's about all we got. That's where we at with it, ladies and gentlemen. And, man, I wonder why I'm so... I guess I got to fix that for the next time. But that has been your episode of the Ultimate Raider Fan 32 show. Again, shameless plug. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m., we got Coach Angelo Reyes and your boy, Professor T. Professor T. That's tomorrow night. I go back to doing turf on Thursday, dead in the water. Like I say, in fact, hopefully Spence, you watching, I'm gonna give you a call right after this. We got to get that back right. It'll be the first show of the year for us on Thursday, right? First show of the year, so we're definitely gonna want to show up for that. And yeah, like I say, we got a long off season, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna enjoy these games. That's one thing I will close out with. Where are we at in these playoffs? Who do I think is gonna win? Well, I kind of gave it away a little bit in the thumbnail, but for the NFC, I believe the Los Angeles Rams will be able to. And for the AFC, believe it or not, I think it's his time, ladies and gentlemen. I think he proved it against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I think your boy Josh Allen is on his way to the Super Bowl. I really believe he has the ability to beat everybody else in the AFC, right? The Patriots, the Texans. Yeah, I believe that. So that's my prediction with the rest, right? And I got the Steelers wrong. Just, I thought that maturity, I'll call it, right? The experience, if you will, would have pulled through. It did not. It did not. So, hey, it is what it is there. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that works out. But those are the two teams that I have in the Super Bowl. I'm not going to say who I think wins because, for one, neither of those teams could possibly not make it, right? And for two, I want to make sure I give it a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? Give it a little bit of time before I give my real true answer, especially the last two. I'm leaning towards. I'll put it to you this way: I'm definitely leaning towards one of the two in terms of the Rams and the Buffalo Bills, right? So there you have it. That is the show, ladies and gentlemen. This was a good one. I enjoyed it. Until next time, Turf is out. Peace.
You been